All right. It says I'm live. All right. Third time's typically the charm. Third time is typically a charm. RBR Network, aka Theron. If you're watching this live or you come back and see the first part of this stream as a replay, I strongly urge you to watch this all the way through. I don't care about the watch time or the monetized playbacks. I care about getting you the information that you need to know before you make the biggest mistake of your YouTube career. I'm trying to help you here. I'm not trying to live coach or anything like that. I'm trying to help you. RBR, aka Theron from Southern California. I have a lot of respect for you, man. I haven't been around in a while, but there's a reason for that, and we can talk privately behind the scenes anytime you want, and I'm willing to help you. But you got to watch this all the way through, whether you're here live or watching this on a replay. That's why I started off the show this way, in case you click on it and then you click away. Do not click away unless you want your YouTube career to be pretty much over. Not by me, but by you-know-who. Folks, we are live on YouTube, and I want to make sure that you folks can hear me clearly and see me clearly. Can you hear me clearly and see me clearly? Hey, Hannah Baxter, how you doing? Hey, Mutt Nuts Reviews, I'm doing quite well. Hey, SI Cowboy, how are you doing? Welcome to the show. This is not going to be one of my typical streams, but there is a lesson to be learned. There is a lesson to be learned here about bad business deals. And I have one hell of a real life story, a real life experience that I've dealt with one YouTuber out here by the name of JB Gunner. And he's trying to pull the same thing he pulled on me on another YouTuber right now, because JB Gunner's YouTube career right now is really struggling, and he's trying to concoct his next game to ridicule someone and sell that off to his audience for donations. Trying to lead this wonderful African-American man from Southern California to believe he's going to get something out of this, when in essence, he's going to be the laughingstock. And then JB's audience will be paying him a ton of donations. He may even promise RBR, the RBR Network channel, aka Theron, to give him part of the money, and he's not going to give you anything. And I have proof, because he did the same thing to me a couple years ago. And I have receipts. You guys want receipts? I've got 70 emails back and forth between JB Gunner and I from when he wanted me to do another show. There are people coming from everywhere, and I've just got to avoid people here because we got to stay 6 feet apart. This guy's a mask. Give me just 1 second here. Sorry about that. Again, Theron, aka RBR Network. I've got the receipts of 70 emails going back and forth between JB Gunner and I, trying to make a deal where he was going to give me half of all donations because he wanted me to do a show, which I did do, a show called The King and the Cuck. Biggest mistake I ever made. And because JB knew that the people wouldn't donate to me and they would donate to him, he offered me half of his donations, and he even made that offer to me in an email. And then when it came time to pay up, he didn't pay me anything. Hannah Baxter, share the stream, you guys, for Eli. Hannah Baxter, thank you so much for the $9.99 super chat. That's from your iPhone. Thank you so much. Folks, please check out Hannah Baxter's channel. How are you doing, Hannah? There is a lesson to be learned here today about bad business deals, especially if you're a YouTuber and you're looking to collaborate with other YouTubers out here to grow your channels together. In some cases, it'll benefit one side more than the other. And for me, I like to collaborate equally and fairly, meaning that everything that I would earn collaborating with someone else would be shared down the middle 50-50, right? Or if there are 3 people involved, a third, a third, right? Now, folks, I did not promote this stream in advance, so it's going to be a little while before we get some people to come in here. We have 10 in the box. And once again, thank you, Hannah Baxter, for the $9.99 super chat. Oh, wow, SI Cowboy, thank you for the $5. I think that's a super chat with no message. Wow. What's going on today? People are lining up the super chat. What? Oh, my God, thank you so much. Check out SI Cowboy. Check out everyone, folks. I love to help people connect. I'm a coach with impeccable networking skills, and I want to help everyone grow. But thank you so much for lighting up the super chat. Wasn't expected, but thank you. Wow. It's a beautiful day here. I'm at Red Morton Park. I'm just going to wait a little bit longer for a few more people to join us before I get right into the meat and potatoes here. But again, there is a lesson to be learned here today. Can you folks hear me clearly and see me clearly? It's a little bit windy here. Nothing this big windscreen on my face shouldn't be able to cancel out. But I want to make sure the audio and video are doing good, are doing well. Retro completionist, how you doing? Hello, wonderful, amazing people, and at a grip on life. Can't talk much, about to start driving, but have a moment to like and share the stream. Thank you so much, brother. Folks, check out Retro Completionist channel. He's a great guy I also recently connected with. He is a full-time truck driver. He's a husband and a father. He's an amazing person. I really like this dude. And dude, whenever you get a free moment down the road, I'd love to interview you on my channel live on the air. That'll be done from my studio because I can't do that on mobile, obviously. But yeah, dude, I want to hear your story if you're open to sharing it. And that goes for anyone out there. I want to help as many people as possible actually get somewhere and not get screwed by other people out here that make you believe they want to fairly collaborate when in essence they're just trying to screw you over for their own personal gain. And that's exactly what J.B. Gunner has always done to people. And I have proof. I have the receipts, the emails, lots of videos. And now he's trying to do it again to another YouTuber I really like and care for by the name of RBR Network. He's a gentleman that goes by the name of Theron, who runs daily live streams from his apartment in Southern California. I'm going to meet RBR one day. I live in Northern California in the San Francisco Bay Area, so it'll only be about a five and a half hour drive down to the LA area. Maybe him and I can collab down the road. That's if he doesn't make the biggest mistake of his YouTube career and collaborate with JB Gunner and become JB Gunner's next laughing stock is what I'm trying to say. Just trying to avoid some people here. Hey Terry, it's G&G. How are you? Welcome to the show, bro. Retro Completionist says, I would love to do that at a grip on life, but have to start driving. Have a wonderful stream, and please, everyone like and share this amazing host. Well, thank you, bro, for the kind words, man. I'm just a normal human being trying to help as many people get a better grip on their life. That's what I do over here. Part of doing that is raising awareness on certain things other people do that appear to be genuine, but in actuality are fraudulent. That's called manipulation. That's what J.B. Gunner does. He's a master manipulator. And that's why I felt the need to do this stream today. At the same time, teach a lesson on, what are bad business deals. I'm going to share one. And I got more proof on top of this stream. Terry says, I'm good, except for the 12-hour sleep. What do you mean the 12-hour sleep? You got 12 hours of sleep, Terry? That's a lot of sleep, dude. Anyway, can you folks hear me clearly and see me clearly? Let me know. Nobody's answered that yet. Queen Helen Casey says, can we send Mr. G to China? Well, you know, after everything that hits him very soon, he's going to probably want to run off to Mexico or somewhere out of the country. It's going to get to the point, Queen Helen Casey, with Mr. G, that he will no longer be welcome anywhere in the U.S. You know, when spies go around and they spy, once they're found out they're a spy, they get burned, right? Well, J.B. Gunner's burned many states where he can't step foot in or foot on in the U.S. Pretty soon he's going to burn the entire U.S. and he's going to have to run somewhere, but hopefully the law will catch up to him and force him to pay, you know, for what he's done. Do not ban troll police. Do not ban troll police. Troll police is good. Do not ban troll police. Hey, troll police, how you doing? Troll police is a verified troll by me personally. Can you folks let me know that you understand that troll police is not to be banned here, ever? Unless there's a sock created trying to impersonate troll police. We'll know. We'll know that. Is that all good? Queen, remember troll police, right? From yesterday? Thank you, Queen. But Queen, you can hear me clearly and see me clearly, right? I just want to be kind and generous one more time to, hang on a second here, to thank the people that sent super chats. Thank you once again to Hannah Baxter. Share the stream, you guys, for Eli. Thank you once again for the $9.99 super chat. And also thank you to SI Cowboy for the $5 super chat with no message. Thank you so much. Please check out their channels. Subscribe, bang the bell, select all notifications. Let's share the love, folks. Let's make things happen here. Let's help good people out to spread the love on their channels. It's part of what I do over here as a coach. I love helping people out. All right. So we've got 16 in the box. I know I posted this at the very last minute. So not a whole lot of people are here, but that's okay. They will come and go as they wish. No worries. I just want to get the information out. So let's get started, folks. Ready to get started? Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, the Walking with Purpose live edition. Live once again from beautiful Red Morton Park in Redwood City, California, where I live. This is episode number 72. And today, we're going to be discussing bad business deals. And in parentheses, I put RBR. Say no to JB Gunner. One more time. We're going to be discussing bad business deals. And in parentheses, RBR. Say no to JB Gunner. Now, RBR stands for Real Brother Radio. His channel is RBR Radio Network. This guy's been through quite a lot on YouTube. He's been around for several years. He has been running a live stream, and he runs several live streams daily, and he also runs them as a podcast through his website. Typically, his podcasts go out for about an hour or so, and then he'll kill that and then continue the show on YouTube for as long as it takes, right? Now, RBR was a monetized channel up until about 6 months ago or so, where he got demonetized. Now, the reason, in my opinion, why he got demonetized is because of the things he was doing with JB Gunner. When you bring people like that onto your shows and your streams, people are going to flag you, and the YouTube algorithm will catch it as well. and basically do a review on your channel to see if you're still advertiser friendly. And what happened when the system went through RBR's channel about 6 months ago, it demonetized him. It didn't, remove his channel. He didn't get any strikes or anything like that. But he was removed from the YouTube partner program for not being advertiser friendly. And quite frankly, as much as I like RBR, brother, listen, I love you and I can help you turn your channel around and requalify for monetization if you're willing to let me help you. But quite frankly, YouTube was right about that because you allowed people to come onto your panel, such as JB Gunner, and spew their racial hate, which is a big no-no on YouTube. It's against the rules. To be quite frank with you, RBR, I'm quite surprised that you never got a community guideline strike for any of that hateful content. It wasn't coming from you, RBR. It was coming from certain people you'd bring on your panels, such as JB Gunner. And now, you want to get into bed further with JB Gunner after everything he's cost you. And in addition, after everything he said about you. Folks, if you go to my community tab, first of all, make sure you subscribe, bang the bell, and go to my community tab every few hours, every day if you can, or at least once or twice a day. I share lots of information there, including other videos that are relevant to certain streams I do. Earlier today, I shared a link of where JB Gunner was on a stream with RBR, and JB Gunner was spitting racial hate towards RBR, calling him and his African American friends the N-word over and over again. Now, YouTube is just for example purposes. I am not a racist, and I don't call people the N-word. But this is the cleanest way I can say it to remain advertiser friendly, right? So if you go to my community tab and you watch that short, that's a couple minute clip, you will see what JB Gunner really thinks about the RBR network channel, the Real Brother Radio Network channel. And his real name is Theron. He puts his real name publicly, so it's not a privacy issue. Plus, I haven't mentioned his last name anyway. Never mind, I know what N-word you're talking about. Of course you know. So anyway, check out that video clip. RBR, if you don't remember what happened on that show, which I'm sure you do, you can go refresh your memory by checking out that video clip as well. Then I have to ask you, RBR, why do you want to work with someone like JB Gunner when you know what he thinks about you and your people? And in my opinion, people are people. I have friends of all ethnicities, all races. I have black friends, white friends, Mexican friends, Asian friends. It doesn't matter to me. People are people. And I love the diversity of cultures. I think it's awesome and make things interesting, and it makes things interesting and unique. But you have a guy like JB Gunner, where in my opinion, he's a white supremacist. That's just my opinion. And he spews hate on every other ethnicity, especially the African Americans. And I have to ask you, RBR, Real Brother Radio Network, I feel you're a great person, first of all, and I think you're somebody that can really make a big difference to help your African American community, better deal with people that are still prejudiced towards your kind. Or not towards your kind, towards, that was the wrong way of putting it, my apologies, towards, your race. I myself personally have been on your shows in the past many times, and I've agreed with most of what you've said. Some things that you say are a little different, but I understand where you're coming from, and I've always understood why you feel the way you feel. Terry G says, I agree that Mr. G is down with the white hood and other things. That's right. That's right. So RBR, why would you want to get into bed with someone like JB Gunner? Is it because you think you're going to grow your channel with his audience? Do you think his audience cares about you or anyone else that JB Gunner collaborates with? Because I'm going to share my experience here, and I'm going to show you proof and receipts. And if you still decide to move forward and work with this guy when he takes advantage of you, I'm going to tell you I told you so. And I really hope it doesn't have to get to that point. Another person who's been screwed over not once but twice by JB Gunner is the Like and Theory channel, also known as Jamie, who runs that channel. You want to reach out to Jamie, aka Like and Theory channel, and ask his feedback on this. There's another example right there. And we've got plenty more. But if you want to continue to work with him, if you decide to, actually do this show, which JB calls it Black and White. Ooh, that's a great title there, JB. Then whatever happens is on you. And I know exactly what's going to happen. You know that the only way JB Gunner makes money is to entertain his audience by attacking you in a racist way. If you look at the comments of the people on his comment section within his videos or his community posts, all of them that are interested, I mean, some are not interested, but the people that are interested in this show mention the racism thing. Do you want to do a show where there's no upside for you? Because I'll tell you, the only person that's going to gain anything from this is JB Gunner at your expense, while further attacking, your race, which I think is wrong. You want to allow him to do that? That's on you. I'm just stating what I know is already going to happen. So if you decide to do it, when do you get burned? I'm not going to say if. I'm going to say when you get burned, I'm going to say I told you so. I'll still respect you. I still like you. But I'm going to tell you I told you so. Now, my experiences with JB Gunner. A couple years ago, he wanted to do a show called The King and the Cuck, because he's labeled me as this cuck, even though I'm not a cuck, because I've never watched any of my ex-girlfriends, have sex with another man while I watch. And the technical meaning of a cuck is, when you're married, you watch your wife be intimate with another man. I've never been married. So by definition, I was never a cuck. He just created that because it sounded funny. Instead of Coach Eli, he said Cuck Eli, because it kind of flows with the coach thing, right? So he created this show called The King and the Cuck, and he practically begged me to do it. I didn't want to do it, but then I said, okay. He's offering me 50% of the revenue. And I was trying to figure out, how to stop this guy from coming at me, because this guy has single-handedly affected my growth on YouTube until recently I figured out how to stop him. And this is another way of stopping him, by sharing this story here. Hey, Clipper Starks, how you doing, bro? Welcome to the show. Great to see you here, man. You're one of the few remaining mods here, bro. I had to remove a lot of moderators because I had some rogue mods, but it's all good. Glad to see you're here. 20 in the box, 9 thumbs up, $14 in super chats. Thank you so much, folks. I appreciate it. Clifford's a great guy, folks. Subscribe to Clifford Starks, bang his bell, select all notifications. It's all good, right? And back in those days, I was still, this is about 2.5 years ago. I was still, dating my ex, Dana. And she told me to not do it. She told me she wasn't trying to tell me what to do, but she said it's not a good idea. And boy, oh boy, was she right. I have no problem admitting that anyone is right, including any woman, when they're right. And Dana was right. But I ended up doing it anyway because what JB Gunner did in an email, he goes, I know that people will not donate to you. So what we can do is put both of our PayPals out there, and I'll probably get more than you. We'll split donations 50-50. If I make 500 and you make 100, we'll split 300 apiece. I'll send you 200 from me, right? He promised me that. I have that documented in an email. I have everything documented. I have 70 emails going back and forth with JB Gunner, still stored on my Outlook. I have them all, JB, you know that. And then after I left the show, midway through the 4th episode, after, he told me it's not going to be, there's going to be no attacking, no nothing. We're just going to do a civil show, like a conservative and liberal view type of show, because I'm liberal, he's conservative. At least he says he's conservative. It was going to be more of a show like that. But once I got on the show, he flipped it on me and basically gave the audience what they wanted. He kept on calling me cuck. He would bring guests on. They would call me cuck. It was a big attack, and he kept on getting large donations. I did 3.5 shows because I left halfway through the 4th show. After 3.5 shows, JB Gunner made $1,300 in donations throughout that entire series of 3.5 episodes, or 4 episodes, because he finished the last show without me. And I made $100. That means when you take $1,400, according to his original agreement that he put through on email, I was supposed to get $700 and he was supposed to get $700. In essence, he should have given me $600 out of his $1,300. He never gave me that money, and then publicly went and said, I never promised you that money, and you're not going to get it. And we had individual PayPals out there for a reason. Nope, I have emails stating otherwise. Now, he knows what he originally offered me because I have proof of it, and he knows I have that proof. But what does it matter to him? The only way I could ever recover my money is if I sue the guy civilly. That's what this guy does. This guy makes promises, breaks contracts, and does illegal things that he knows would take a civil lawsuit to bring him down, and he knows most people are not going to sue you on something civilly. He won't break the law criminally. He will break the law in ways that the law perceives it to be a civil matter. He's still breaking the law, but when the law sees a particular law being broken as civil, you have to sue the person out of your own pocket in a civil case. That's what this guy does. That's what he did to me here. And RBR, that's what he's going to do to you. He's going to use you and make you the laughingstock to his audience that craves this type of cringy content, and then make tons of donations with you going back and forth. He's going to call you racial things. You're going to say some things about him. And let me tell you, it's not going to go too well. And that's why he wants to throw it on a different channel. You know why he wants to make a different channel? Because he knows those videos will be flagged for hate speech and vulgar language, cyberbullying and harassment and all that stuff, that he doesn't want to risk putting it on his other channels, especially his monetized channel. Now, earlier today, because I have a bunch of people helping me behind the scenes, run a bunch of channels outside of my main network of channels. Okay, most of you know those channels, right? I went back on one of my external hard drives and found an old, deleted RJ Sandifer stream from about a year ago. This stream, I believe, was done live with RJ Sandifer and I on his channel, one of his channels in the past, on April 17th, 2019, so almost a year ago. This was a 6-hour and 43-minute stream where RJ brought me on to read every single email communication between JB Gunner and I regarding me doing business with him on the King and the Cuck show. I have uploaded those videos, that video, to the 4 channels that are run by a bunch of mutual people behind the scenes. And I'm an admin on those pages, but they're not just mine. There are many people upload to those channels. Because of the fact that the stream was a 6-hour and 43-minute stream, and because it's during the middle of the day, and lots of people are on YouTube now flooding the servers because of the coronavirus, it's taken a long time for the videos to process on all those channels. That 6-hour and 43-minute stream has been uploaded to 4 channels, 1 main one and 3 mirrors. And it was uploaded about 3 hours ago, and as of the time that I went live, it was still processing. I'm hoping for that stream to finish processing by later tonight or shortly after this show ends. I'm going to check on it. The moment that it gets done processing, I will share a link of that 6-hour and 43-minute stream on my community tab. I understand it's a long stream, but if you have nothing better to do and you want to listen to this over the course of a few days, if there's no other content to listen to, you're going to hear me read out every single email that I sent JB Gunner and he sent to me regarding doing business with him, my experiences of doing business with him, and what he did to get me to do the King and the Cuck show, and how he screwed me over and reneged on his own deal. Now, none of those emails were shown on that stream. It was just RJ and I. RJ doesn't have a webcam, or didn't have a webcam back then. It just showed a standard image of him with the letter R. For me, it just showed my picture. We were just talking, so it's more like a podcast. So if you want to clean your house or multitask or take a walk like I'm doing right now and listen to this in parts, trust me, you're going to hear everything. Now, you're going to say, hey, Eli, you said you have receipts, right? How in the world, can we prove that you have receipts when all you're doing is reading those emails and not showing them? Well, if it gets to the point of where JB Gunner denies that he wrote those emails, then what I will do is I will take screenshots of every single one of those 70 email communications and put them all in a 20 or 30-minute video, play some royalty-free music, and let you folks skim through and read them yourself. I've got the receipts. So if I need to show the receipts, I will show the damn receipts. But JB Gunner's not going to deny those emails because he knows I have them. But yeah, if he does, no problem. Within a day or two, I'll put it all together and I'll put a link on my community tab and let you know where you folks can go read those emails. I'm tired of this guy taking advantage of people and abusing people, leading them to believe that they're going to get something out of collaborating with them when in essence they get nothing and he gets everything. Because he has an audience that loves him attacking other people. His audience pays him to attack other people, including people within a protected class, such as the African American community. Shout out to the African Americans. One of my best guy friends is African American. Queen, can you ban that troll, please? So folks, look for that stream. Now, if you folks are subscribed to any one of those 4 channels where this content's being sent to, being uploaded to, you'll get the notification right when it is done processing and it'll publish. So I'm not sure if it's published by now or not, but regardless, I will share that link as soon as it becomes available, whether it's already available now and I can share it after the show ends, or if it still needs a little more time to process, I'll share it later this evening when it's done processing. Again, it was a 6-hour and 43-minute live stream. It was basically podcast style, so you don't need to watch it. All you need to do is listen to it. I gave commentary. RJ gave commentary. It was a pretty interesting show. And it goes to show that this is the MO that JB Gunner's been using out here on YouTube year after year after year. So why is he now trying to collaborate with RBR? Because I'm no longer feeding into his stuff. He doesn't get to me anymore. You know, the trolls he enlists to come after me, such as Ronaldo, aka Trim Hits, aka Dr. Robert, they don't get to me anymore. All these other people don't get to me anymore. It doesn't faze me anymore. I really don't care. I've moved on, right? So now he has to find his next victim to cater to his audience that is there for this type of content of attacking people, belittling people, humiliating people, attacking a protected class such as the African American community. It's despicable that there's even an audience out there that will pay money to a creator that does this type of content. In all honesty, YouTube shouldn't even allow creators on the platform that behave in this way and that put out this type of content. It's absolutely preposterous and ridiculous. And that's why I'm here today to talk about bad business deals. I made a bad business deal with JB Gunner about 2.5 years ago. After that happened, I was talking with the Like in Theory channel. Back then it was called the Purple Pill channel, run by Jamie, a mid-30s millennial from Florida, okay? And I told Jamie, because he got an offer from JB Gunner to, you know, for Jamie to do free graphics designing work for JB, and they would create merchandise and they would split the merch 50-50. And I told Jamie that's a bad deal, especially after, you know, what happened between JB and I. Now, Jamie's never really been too fond of me, and he's never been able to trust me, but now he realizes I was right. And it's not about me being right. I was just right. I told Jamie, I said, look, what do you value yourself at when you create designs? It's a lot of work, a lot of intense work to create designs. People here in the Bay Area charge anywhere from $200 to $500 an hour or even more for graphics design. Do you feel by making JB Gunner 5 or 10 graphics designs, spending weeks to do these designs, is going to yield you at least the amount of money you would normally charge someone per hour? I told him that. And he said, I have my reasons for doing things. All right, I'm like, whatever. And I'm like, think about it. If you put these graphics designs out there on Teespring, okay, because Teespring is a company that makes things to order. An example, if someone orders a mug with the Gun Squad logo, they're gonna do one run of that mug. So in essence, it's gonna cost more to do individual runs. What most people will do is they will They will buy from large distributors. They will buy advertising specialties and promotional products through large distributors and maybe do 100 or 200 mugs that say Gun Squad. Then you get a better price because it's not about the run. It's about how many products you do when you have to fire up the machine. If you have to fire up the machine to only make one item, it's going to cost you the same in labor as making 200, because once you load it up, you can just run 200 and it does it for you, right? So I said, okay, so let's say you sell a $20 mug that says Gun Squad. Let's say that after all the fees and all that, your profit is $5. And then if you and JB split that 50-50, that's $2.50. In order for you to make $250, Jamie, you have to sell 100 of these items. It's a bad deal. Because I said, Jamie, you and JB don't have a large enough audience to sell tens of thousands of these items to offset the cost of you doing free graphic designing work. But he shrugged it off. And that's okay. No big deal. He didn't trust me. Okay? No big deal. It's all right. I let it go. Then him and JB Gunner had a falling out. 6 months after that, 7 months after that, they got back in bed together. And Jamie gave JB Gunner a second chance. And JB Gunner did the same thing to him a second time. Wow. Now I know for a fact Jamie's done permanently. Now I'm not laughing at you, Jamie. I'm using you for example purposes because you've been through this with JB not once but twice. I've been through it once. Now he's trying to pull the same shit on RBR. I'm telling you, RBR, unless you want to go through what Jamie Liking Theory and I already know you're going to go through because we've been through it many times with JB, I would suggest you tap out. You're not going to get anything from JB Gunner. Right now, he's desperate for anyone to do something like this with him because I've withdrawn. He's tried to come at me in many different ways. It doesn't work. What's that? Yeah, but I can't get you on, dude, because you're under 18. So, sorry, dude. I can't.
Hey, I'm on the live stream. I'm on the live stream.
Come on, man. I was young once too, bro. I get it. It's all good. Little shits. That's comical, man. Could you folks see that when the phone was rotating, or did it go offline for a second? I'm curious to know. You folks didn't see him at all, right? Let me know. Can you let me know, Queen, or anyone else in the chat? I was young once too. I really can't. I really can't get mad at them. I was a little shit one time too. Senator Palacio or Queen, can you folks hear me? Could you, when I turned my camera, did it go offline for a second, or were you able to see the ground? I'm just curious to know. Well, I was young once too, but I didn't act like that fool. Well, I didn't act at that level, but I was, I was a little shit at times too, Sandra. No, it never went offline, but you didn't see him come in there, right? You saw it go to the ground, right? No, you were not offline. Yeah, it's all good. If they're still around that area when I go on my next lap, I'm gonna have to take a different route. Oh boy. That's like the next JB Gunner right there. That's the next JB Gunner in the making, right? Like a fly in your ear, man. Like a fly in your ear. It's all good. Yeah, so anyway, I was sharing that, look, RBR network, aka Theron. Let me let some people pass through here. Okay. RBR network, aka Theron. Dude, I'm hoping that you're watching this entire stream either live or on replay. I'm hoping that at least you skim through when I post the 6-hour and 43-minute stream of where I read emails on a business deal that went bad with JB Gunner in similar fashion that you're, supposedly going to be doing business with him or collaborating with him. That will be on my community tab later this evening as soon as it's done processing. If I need to send you those emails and forward you those emails to see for yourself or even publicly put them out there, I will do that. Whatever it takes to protect people from being further victimized by JB Gunner, I will do that. So I'm sick and tired of what this guy is doing to make money out here. Look, no problem making money. But if you're going to collaborate with someone and you're going to make it appear like it's going to be beneficial for both of you mutually when you know that it's not, I'm going to interject and stop it and cut it off at the knees. I'm still on you, JB. I'm always going to be on you until you stop victimizing people. I know your game. I know your MO. And all I'm doing is raising awareness. If RBR still wants to work with you after I personally send them an overwhelming amount of factual and real proof on why he shouldn't, then that's on him. But I can tell you for damn sure he'll be watching this and he'll be looking into this. And if he even does one episode with you and you try to kind of sweet talk him the first episode and then you start hitting him hard the second episode, you did the same thing to me. First episode of The King and the Cuck, you were kind of cool. You're trying to get me to feel comfortable, right? Kind of like love bomb me at the door, right? And then episode 2, you started turning it up a little bit more. And then 3, you turned it up even more. And then episode 4, when you brought the Beard and the Mothlist on, you and him gave it to me hard. Now, I'm not mad at the Beard anymore because he's friends with Jamie Lycan Theory. And both him and Jamie, they already went public on this, I'll say it. They reached out to me after you screwed over Jamie a second time. And they said I was right about you. So you've lost them. RBR. Dude. For your own sanity, don't do it. You're not going to get anything out of it at all. At most, you're going to be made a laughingstock. And you're going to have your channel infested by gun squad people that are the biggest haters I've ever seen in my entire life. That's just my opinion. And a lot of these people are very racist people. I'm not a racist. I've been on your panels in the past, and at some point I'd love to come back if you can remove JB Gunner and his gun squad completely from your channel and start focusing on your actual content and getting real people like me that are actually Caucasian and actually support you and the African American community. What part of that don't you understand, dude? Seriously, what part of that don't you understand? What are you trying to accomplish here, RBR? You're tired of racism, right? So am I. So why don't you work with someone or a group of people that are actually on your side, even though they don't have the same color of skin as you have, which is not a big deal because like I said, my best friend, Troy, is black. And I love Troy like a brother, not because he's black, because he's a cool dude. He just happens to be black. Just like you. I like you. But I like you because you're a man that speaks his mind, no matter what anyone else thinks. You just happen to be black. I happen to be white, right? What's the big deal? What does color of skin have to do with it, right? Now, there's cultural stuff, which is cool. I'm interested in that. But why do we have to do a show with JB Gunner that's going to be 100% based on dealing with a racist, which is what he is? Why? What more is it going to take for you to see the light, RBR? I'm kind of white knighting for you. Maybe I am white knighting for you. I don't think the union will last. I can see people on both sides getting heated. No, I doubt it. It'll last. But see, that's what JB wants, Sandra. You see, with JB Gunner, if he can get RBR to do 1, 2, or 3, or 4 shows like I did on The King and the Cuck, he knows RBR will leave, but then he will create endless content. And he will have leveraged all of RBR's audience through that time. This is a sneak attack, Sandra. Hello, host, and hello, everyone. Hello, Magdalene Calderon. How you doing? Welcome to the show. Thank you for stopping by here. Today we're talking about bad business deals. I'm a business and personal relationship coach. Today we're talking about bad business deals, and I'm sharing some bad business deals that I've dealt with personally out here with other YouTubers through some attempted collaborations and other people that have had bad experiences that so happen to be with the same YouTuber I had a bad experience with. Now, if you miss any parts of this show, you can't rewind because I have the DVR disabled. I want people to be here live, not scrubbing back while I'm live so they can participate. But when it goes to a replay, you can go back and hear the story, and it's pretty interesting. Almost done with my third lap, folks. We're at 52 minutes. Now, folks, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns regarding what I've mentioned so far regarding this bad business deal, or if you yourself have recently or in the past attempted to do business with somebody and you got the short end of the stick and you want to share your story, go ahead and put it in the chat. Also, if you have any other business or personal questions you'd like my advice on or help with, whether it's a dating relationship, a marriage, whether it's a business question regarding getting the job of your dreams, getting a promotion at a job you're currently at, or making that transition from working for someone else into becoming an entrepreneur, let me know. I'm also YouTube certified. I can answer any YouTube questions for you folks. I'm very experienced at doing this. I want to help people get somewhere. The only way I can help you, though, is if you ask the questions. Share your stories. Don't be afraid. Because if you don't talk, no one can help you, right? And whether you believe it or not, we all need each other. We can't grow without each other. We need to work together and stick together, right? I love teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work, right? How many of you have heard of that? Sandra, can you do me a favor? I really don't care. Is JB Gunner simulcasting me right now? Can somebody check if JB Gunner is simulcasting me right now? I bet he is. Because if he is, I'm going to have someone that I know is on this stream message her so he can put a DMCA, so that this person can put a DMCA copyright takedown Can you folks check Gun Squad channel? Or can you also check Red Pill Mindframe and see if JB Gunner is simulcasting me? And if he is, I want the person that I know is here right now to private message one of my other managers, a female manager, you know who she is, to take him down for copyright. Don't worry, JB. Your day with the law is coming sooner than you think. But let me tell you something, JB. I'm going to tell you this. I know a lot more about you than you think I know. It doesn't matter if you're subscribed to them. You can go search. Type in GUNNSQUAD and go there and see if he's live. And then type in RED space PILL space Mindframe, MINDFRAME. With numbers as low as this, 19, he's definitely simulcasting me. So what I want is the person that's here to message the lady that has manager access to my account, and I want a copyright takedown notice submitted immediately. Again, JB, your time is coming, man. You living your nice cush lifestyle. I know exactly what you're doing. And let me tell you something. Having legally licensed private investigators that you think I don't have to find out exactly what you're doing in Atlanta, Georgia, you're out of your damn mind. And let me tell you something. When it's all said and done, I'll be going live and showing receipts that will permanently put an end to all this. I'm going to tell you right now, JB, I know exactly where you're at this very moment. And all that information I got was legally obtained for a certain reason that I'm not going to tell you. But I do have a legal reason. And let me tell you something, dude. Let me tell you something. You want to go run and hide again? I'm not going to tell you exactly where you're at. But I know there's a nice building in downtown Atlanta, Georgia, that has security guards. You were talking about you're going to move to a compound. Well, where you're at right now is like a compound. But let me tell you something, JB. I know the exact unit number you're in. And let me tell you something. When you have private investigators that have a legal reason to deeply search and find out where you're at for a legal reason, which you'll find out one of these days. Their job is to find out exactly where you're at through any means possible. And let me tell you something to prove to you that I know exactly where you're at without giving away the farm or creating the privacy issue. Do the initials JP make sense to you? Two personas, JB? You see, RJ Sandifer accused you of not doing your research on people. You don't. I've done my research on you. And I've had to do what I've had to do to come after you legally. But you enjoy your nice cush lifestyle at that very nice apartment you're at in Atlanta, Georgia. The one that has a security guard. And let me tell you something. I'll even give you a hint. Your unit number starts with a 2, and it's 4 digits. I'm not going to give the rest out because I want you to think about it. You going to run? You going to run to your other place, JB, in Decatur, Georgia? No PI, huh? What you going to do about it? This whole thing is about to blow wide the fuck open, JB. Are your arcades at the Decatur, Georgia place, JB? Is that where your car is parked at, JB? You can run, but you can't hide. You can make all the excuses you want, but I'm not buying it because I have receipts. Right now, I'm not going to show them. They'll create a privacy concern, but you know exactly what I'm talking about. You want us to burn your locations? We can legally burn your locations for a legal reason. We have a legal reason to find you. Trust me. I personally, outside of the other person that you were dealing with legally, have my own personal legal reason to find you. And I think you know what that is. So I know exactly where you're at. The moment you step outside that place, that legal reason will hit you right where it counts legally. You want to continue simulcasting me? You want to continue doing things to harm not only myself but other people? I will make it my life's purpose to bring you to justice for everything you've done. Yeah, it's ironic my numbers are going up a little bit, 26 in the box, right? You're supposedly sick, right? You are sick, and you don't know if you have corona or not. You know, is this the right time? Would this be the right time for you to go back on the run? Or pretend like you're going to Florida for a couple day trips to establish that you live in Florida when in actuality you live in Atlanta, Georgia, and you have another place in Decatur, Georgia. And I've got receipts that at this point I cannot share because I have to deal with my legal aspect first. Once I deal with my legal aspect will have those addresses on it. And then it will be public record. See, it's those dudes again. I'm on my last lap. They're not going to fuck with me this time because I swear to God. You see, they get bored one time and they're out, right? That's the way it goes. It's all good. Hey, dude, listen, I'm not here to mess with you guys. I can't do this. YouTube will get me in trouble. See ya. God, Jesus Christ, man. You understand? It's not that I don't want you in there. It's just that there are COPPA rules and stuff like that. I'm trying to be compliant here. If somebody ends up reviewing this at YouTube, they're going to be laughing. This dude's trying to avoid the COPPAs. Yeah. Last lap. It's all right. They're just trying to have fun. They're no harm. They're no harm. They're just trying to entertain themselves. That's all it is. So RBR, do you want to insert yourself into a world of shit that I wish I wasn't a part of? Let me tell you something. I can guarantee you that right now, this show ain't going to happen because Mr. Gunner is going to be running once again. He's going to be running once again. You can run, JB, but you can't hide. Oh, and by the way, JB, everything I said in the past about you beating your wife being an act, I'm back to believing that. I don't believe for 1 minute that you put your hands in a real way on your wife, Chrissy. That's still legally your wife. That was an act. Now, I think that she called the cops legitimately, so that way the cops can come over and then you can record it with your camera, which you did. And then, after, I guess you were taken out of there, she was taken out by the cops first to talk with them, and then they came back and took you out. She came back to your computer and shut down the stream after you beat the hell out of her. And by the way, Chrissy, I know you're watching. I'll tell you what, Chrissy, all the emails you ever sent me and everything you did, including the videos you put out on your Let's Have Some Fun channel a few months ago that have no longer been happening, were to try to run interference. You're in on this, Chrissy, and so is Anna. Now, I'm not quite sure if this is a bizarre love triangle or something, but I can tell you folks right now with 100% certainty that they're all in on this. And probably, in my opinion, probably the one actually doing the books is Chrissy, because it keeps her and JB legally married, and she can legally file taxes and do all the write-offs. And he needs her to keep the facade going, right? So let me ask you this also, JB. If you actually did beat your wife, and there was a report taken and a court date set, then why is there no record of that? We've actually done every background check on you. We've also actually called every county. And there's no record of any charges pressed on you. There's no record of any court dates set. The reason why we can't find it is because it never happened. This has been one big con job by Chrissy, JB, and now Anna's involved. Now, I'm not sure if the three of them have some bizarre love triangle. I don't know. I've seen JB kiss Anna a few times. But I can tell you, Chrissy's in on this. And Chrissy's latest known address is not in West Virginia. It is in Georgia. There's something about Georgia that means something to these people. We're trying to figure that out. 32 in the box. You see, JB, every time you try to come at me, simulcast me, and do all these things, I've got something in my back pocket. And I'm not stopping. I won't back down like Tom Petty says. I won't stand down. You mess with the bull, now you're getting the horns. You call me cuck, you call me stupid, you call me ignorant, you call me every name in the book. But I am the one that has stood the test of time with you, and I'm the one that's going to bring you to justice. Trust me, justice is about to be served. It's right around the corner. Have fun running and leaving your arcades behind at your Decatur, Georgia apartment that looks like a house. Oh yeah. And I also like the secondary name that you use. I'm not going to say your name and create a privacy complaint, even though you said it before. But you say your initials are JC, right? How about let's call it JPMC? Let me give you those initials, JB, so you know I'm not messing around. JPMC. Because you've got 2 background records. And one of your background records says that you're 43, about to turn 44. Another one says you're 39. Is your JPMC background the one that you're using when you're going from place to place? And no, I don't have a private investigator. No, I don't. I just had a little birdie come and zap that in my head. 37 in the box. Right. Because you stopped streaming me, and now you're going back out on the run. But when you walk outside your place, and you have Fulton County Sheriff waiting for you, good luck. You remember, the Braves used to play at a place called Atlanta Fulton County Stadium. They now play at Turner Field, right? Guess what? When you step outside and you're captured by Fulton County Sheriff, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start a stream and go, whoa, whoa. I used to hate that when the San Francisco Giants would go play the Braves. And that was back in the days where the Braves had what was his name? John Smoltz. And who was the other dude? Greg Maddux. Greg Maddux was the man. Greg Maddux was an amazing pitcher. And John Smoltz, I had him both on my fantasy team. And guess what? I would whoop ass because they were awesome, right? Now, while they were on my fantasy team, and they did great, my local team is the San Francisco Giants, and the Braves would kick the Giants' ass. And then they would do that, whoa! I used to hate that, right? But now it all makes sense, right? Because now, the guy you call the cuck, I'm Coach, by the way, is about to give you the tomahawk chop once and for all. I know you're watching. I know you're watching. And I know you're mad. And I told you I'm not playing anymore. Your gig is up. Everywhere you go, anything you do, I have the legal rights to find out where you're at until I can get my legal stuff taken care of with you. I'll let you figure out what that is. It's ironic how I have 40 in the box now. All of a sudden, that JD Gunner stopped simulcasting me, and now he's packing his bags because he knows I know where he's at. Go outside and say hello to Fulton County Sheriff. Go for it. You can run, but you can't hide. I'm just taking a walk at the park. Folks, there's a lot more that I can't say about this guy right now, but I will be showing receipts. Hey, Helmet Boy, how you doing? Long time do not ban Helmet Boy. Are you the real Helmet Boy, dude? How you been? Dude, you're like 18 now, aren't you? You're an adult now, right? Helmet Boy. I think you're an adult now, aren't you? Dude, I haven't talked to you in ages, dude. Dude, if you're 18 or when you turn 18, bro, we got to start working together. Oh, he's 17. So when you turn 18, dude? Because when you turn 18, man, I want to start working with you. You don't have to tell me the exact date, just tell me the month. You know, you don't want to dox yourself. You know how it goes out here on these YouTube streets. People love doxing people for no reason. Oh, next year, all right. Well, we're good. We're 1 year away, dude. But it's great to see you, man. Great to see you. March, all right. I'll be looking forward to it, bro. In the meantime, feel free to pop in and out as you like, man. It's all good. So, yeah. I bet everyone in the gun squad's pretty triggered now, right? Why are you all triggered? Because you need JB for your cringy entertainment fix? Because without JB, you can't go on with your days? I had no plans to take this show to where it went tonight, but it got to the point of where I knew this guy was simulcasting me. And you know what? I was holding this in my back pocket. It was going to come out like the next few days. Don't worry. Wherever you move to, JB, my PI will find you. You do a good job of hiding, JB. You do a good job of hiding. You do a good job of lying to your audience, leading them to believe that you're in Osceola County, Florida, when you're in Fulton County, Georgia. And I've got receipts to show that. But I'm not going to put it out there yet. You want receipts? I've got receipts. To everyone watching out there, this guy has been fooling you all. And maybe you're okay with it because maybe you just love the cringy ride he's taking on. Maybe it's all entertainment for some of you people. For some of you, you don't care what he does. But for some of you that really believe in the guy, Sandra, what do you think about all this? Remember I was telling you the other day, had some pretty damning stuff? What do you think about this, Sandra? Sandra says BRB. Hey guys, I'll catch it on the replay. You're going to want to catch it on the replay, Similar Evil. Folks, we are 1 hour and 18 minutes into this right now. I'll tell you something, JB. Every time you simulcast me from here on out, I will find where you're at. And I'm not going to put out enough information to make it a privacy issue, but I'll put out enough information to make you aware that I know where you're at. And you know, I know exactly where you're at. And your bunker, you're not parking your car or Anna's car at a storage facility. You're parking your car at the place you have in Decatur, Georgia. And let me tell you something, JB. Let me tell you something. Have you heard of squatting, JB? Do you know what squatters are? I'm sure you know what squatting is. Squatting basically allows you to get into places without having to sign a lease or a credit check run, which you say your credit score is crap at 520, right? Are you squatting, JB? Because let me tell you something. There are people that are investigating you. I'm just going to come out and say it 'cause I don't care. I am tired of this guy terrorizing these streets on YouTube and off of YouTube. I'm going to give you the smoking gun and see what you do. You've got Fulton County Sheriff waiting for you. And they think that you're squatting. Because let me tell you something. Your Atlanta, Georgia place, they've been to your leasing office with your unit number. And your name or Anna's name is not on the lease. So, what are you, illegally subletting or are you squatting? Which one is it? What about your Decatur, Georgia place? When our private investigator went over there and asked, I'm looking for this guy. I'm looking for JC, which is your actual name, right? Then the guy says, I'm JC. And the guy at that place, that starts with a 6, it's 3 digits, it starts with a 6, I'm not going to tell you, so that way you know I'm right. When our detective showed a picture of you, this guy said, oh, that guy's squatting 2 doors down. Now, when I say that, we have a detective, there are other people that are trying to take care of things with you legally, and it's not who you think it is. The person I was working with already took care of her stuff legally. We're talking about other people now. How long are you going to keep running and hiding? Because you're about to get really exposed for who you really are. And the game that you, your still wife, Chrissy, and Anna are playing. Everyone's in on this. It's one big charade. And it's all been exposed by a guy you've been calling the cuck for the last 3 years. You went through great lengths to try to cover this up, going back and forth from Florida, taking videos at the Florida theme parks, when in essence, you've been at the Atlanta apartment you've been at since July of last year. You were right when you said that you were not at the Lake Mary place. You left the Lake Mary place in July, and then you moved to that place in Atlanta, and I've got receipts in a legal way to prove it. And then the place in Decatur, you just got that in March because you were going to end up moving there. Private eyes, JB, they're watching you. They see your every move. They've got tools that they're legally allowed to have to find people like you that are trying to live off the grid. You're not undoxable, JB. And I'm not even trying to dox you. All I'm trying to do is get you to stop harassing me and other people. It's over. Go for it. Run. Pack your stuff. Go from your place in Atlanta to Decatur. Go have Anna go over there with an Uber or a Lyft, then come back and pick your ass up on some side door and run like hell and leave everything behind. Because if you don't, Fulton County Sheriff is going to be waiting for you. They know exactly who you are. Folks, I bet you we won't be hearing from JB Gunner for quite some time. Because if he wanted to mess with me and mess up my show, and mess up my channel, and mess up my life, I'm going to do whatever it takes to get my life back. But what I've done to get my life back has been completely 100% within the law. We are at 85 minutes. Any final questions, folks? I'm going to go off the air. Any questions? What do you folks think about this? Also, stay tuned. I'll be sharing that link to that 6-hour and 43-minute live stream that's no longer available that I did on RJ Sandifer's channel almost a year ago, where I mentioned every single email in my bad business dealing with JB Gunner. Oh, let me tell you similar evil. I've got receipts, and I'm not kidding you. I'm not going to put my name on the line and look bad anymore at this guy's expense. RBR, I'll be reaching out to you with some other people. If this stream didn't prove it to you, or if JB Gunner's even around in the week to do your first episode, if he's not running from Fulton County Sheriff, I mean, that show's gonna kill itself anyway, right? I told you, JB, you mess with the bull, you get the horns. Every time you try to pull some shady shit on anyone else out here on YouTube, I'll be right there to cut it off at the knees. Yes. This was the right thing to do. This was the right time to come out and say this. Because obviously, before I started talking about it, I had 19 in the box. And now, I've got almost 40. Try to simulcast me every time, dude. And every time you try to simulcast me from any new location that you go to until you're finally brought to justice, I'll do the same exact thing. It's all within my legal rights. Because I have the right to fine you until I'm able to legally do what I need to do with you. I've got pending legal things that are coming to you. It's just hard to get to you because you're in a fort at the apartment you're at in Atlanta, Georgia. That's why you went there. You went there because that is basically what you were calling your compound. I'm moving into a compound. Well, you moved into that compound in July of 2019. And all this time, you've been trying to protect your location by trying to lead people to believe that you've been in Florida all this time, which you haven't. You've not. You've been in Georgia this whole time. And if you want to call me a liar, I've got receipts to prove it. Obtained legally because I've hired the services of a private investigator regarding a pending legal thing I have going on with you. That you can try to figure out what it is. It's coming. All right, folks, I'm out of here. We're at 1 hour and 28 minutes, almost at 1:29. I will not be back later tonight. I'm going to enjoy this night off. I'm going to probably run to the supermarket real quick and grab myself a sandwich and some chicken strips. I don't feel like cooking tonight. I feel like relaxing. I'm going to take an Epsom salt bath. I'm going to just relax and start the victory parade. You should be ashamed of yourself, JB. You should be ashamed of yourself, man. Have a great night, Coach. Sleep good. I'm out. Says similar. Beastmaster, how you doing, bro? I'm about to wrap this up, dude. Do you have any questions, Beastmaster? You're going to want to check out the replay. You can't rewind, obviously, while I'm live because I have that disabled, but you're going to want to check out the replay because this was a good show. How many of you think this was a good show? If you think this was a good show today, what do you think? We learned a lot about bad business deals. But we also Found out more about the truth in regards to JB Gunner. Good stream, says Queen Helen Casey. Good, man. Yeah, sorry, missed it all. No problem. So JPMC, those initials with your secondary background profile that you probably had your still wife Chrissy create all those fake LinkedIn profiles so that way you can try to deflect off of your other profile, the one that says that you're 43, almost 44 this month in April. You know what, JB? I do my research. And you have no idea what kind of resources I have. And you could sit there and say that I'm full of shit, right? The bottom line is all that matters is one thing. You don't have to ever publicly admit that everything I said was right. But I know it's going to affect you starting immediately. Game over, JB. Better luck next time. Have a good night, everyone. See you tomorrow.